Hey everyone, this is Dylan, and today I'll be doing a television show review for you guys. So, the television show I'm reviewing today is Season 1 of Peacemaker. So, Peacemaker just finished its run on HBOMax, and it is a spin-off of the Suicide Squad movie that came out last year in 2021. It was completely written and I think also completely directed by James Gunn, who is actually pretty famous in his earlier work in the horror genre. So let's get into what Peacemaker is about. So, shortly after the events of the Suicide Squad, Peacemaker is recruited to join a Black Ops team in order to find and destroy these butterflies. And that's what they are called, and it's an alien race who has overtaken powerful people, and they want to get something out of it. And so, that's where I'm going to leave the synopsis. So, let's start off with The Suicide Squad. And that movie, Peacemaker is an okay character until the end of the movie, where he makes a really bad decision, and I feel like a lot of people do not like his character after the Suicide Squad ends. And I was really unsure going into the show what I would think of it, because I didn't particularly like his character when Suicide Squad ended. But going into Peacemaker, I really ended up enjoying it quite a bit. Part of that is because of John Cena. John Cena is just such a charismatic guy that I think that Peacemaker works. And like, you don't really even remember all the bad stuff that he did in the Suicide Squad, because he's just such a likable guy in Peacemaker. And I think that that is mostly due to John Cena just being a likable guy. And so I think that that really benefits the character, and you end up really liking him. And you also get more of a backstory to Peacemaker and maybe why he did some of the things that he did. So I do really appreciate the show because of that. Another one of my favorite characters from this show was Vigilante, who is Peacemaker's BFF, but only in Vigilante's eyes. Peacemaker doesn't really like him. But he is a great comedic relief in this show, and he's also just like a fun character. So I really liked that. As well as the rest of the team, I think they all have really great aspects to them, but I particularly liked Harcourt, she is like this badass woman who doesn't take shit from anyone, and I really did appreciate that. And we do get some softer sides to her throughout the show, and I really liked that dynamic, that she can be a hard ass when she needs to be, but then she can also be understanding and kind when she also needs to be. So I did appreciate that as well. And we also have the butterflies, which I wasn't really 100% sure what was going on, and we don't really find out too much about the butterflies until a couple episodes in. I'm not entirely sure if the butterflies are even part of the comics. I tried to look it up once, but I didn't really get too far, but I really did think that they were well realized. I thought that the CGI on them was really interesting. They did look like an alien race, and so I really thought that that was super cool. And I also liked how they took over people. I thought that that was interesting, but it was also very reminiscent of something like what happened in the Suicide Squad with Starro. So I thought that that was interesting that they went that route again. And this show has been renewed for a season 2, which I'm actually really glad that it did, because I really kind of want to see more Peacemaker and the rest of the team in action again. It'll be interesting to see where James Gunn decides to take season 2, because we kind of wrap up most of what happens in season 1 all together, and so we can kind of start new in season 2. And so right now is where I'm going to get into spoilers for the last episode of season 1 of Peacemaker. So if you haven't watched it and you don't want to hear spoilers, definitely click off now, but if not, this is your spoiler alert. So this season finale ends with the team going to kill the cow, which is like this giant alien creature. It kind of reminded me a little bit of that character from Monsters vs. Aliens, but if it were like realistic. And so that was really interesting. I was a little bit like, I didn't see the cow and be like, oh my gosh, which sometimes I do. Like, I have an audible gasp when I see something that's like insane, but I didn't really get that feeling, which was a little weird considering what the thing looked like. I was a little underwhelmed, but I also had like no idea what to expect, and overall I thought it was alright, so take that with what you will. But the main thing I wanted to talk about in this finale was the surprise cameos of the Justice League, but we really only get the silhouette of Superman and the silhouette of Wonder Woman, but we actually get Aquaman, Jason Momoa, and Ezra Miller as the Flash, which I was shocked. As soon as I saw them pop up, I was like, okay, this is just going to be the silhouettes. They're going to walk by. They're going to not be these people, and they're just going to walk by, and it'll be something like what happens in Shazam movie, where we don't see anything above the chest for Superman and the end of the movie. And then as Peacemaker is walking by, it turns the camera and it is Jason Momoa and Ezra Miller saying lines, and I was like, oh my gosh, wow, that is crazy that they actually got them to do this, because this is a pretty like small thing, and to have those cameos in it was actually crazy. So I would be interested to see if they're going to have any other cameos in season 2, but that's it for this review. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments down below if you watched Peacemaker and what you thought of it, if you liked it or you didn't like it, and why. And remember, if you're not already subscribed and you'd like to be, please hit that subscribe button down below and give this video a like if you liked it. Thank you guys for watching and have a great day. Bye.